I'm cosplaying right now a character from Lock and Key. And yes, I want to introduce you to everybody that's here. So let's start our panel now. Let's see. Okay, guys, introduce yourselves. And if you feel comfortable disclosing, is your disability visible or invisible?
Hi guys, how you doing? My name is Joseph Santiago, known as the Lionheart, and my disability is invisible. It is autism spectrum disorder.
Hi everyone, my name is Joseph Munisteri. My disability is also invisible, but I have a cross systems disability, so it falls under mental health as well as developmental disability. My cosplay today is anxiety, and it is paired up with Nancy's cosplay, which is depression. Both from Lock and Key.
Hi, I go by Stardust Magu, and my disability is dyslexia, is invisible, and I'm cosplaying Cammy from Street Fighter, so yeah.
Damn it, Jack. Sorry. Hello, everybody. My name is Dylan Dozen Fingers. You can also call me the Captain, at least for today. My disability is also invisible. I have what's called Tourette's syndrome, which is coupled with ADD and ADHD, which also comes with depression, anxiety, and mood swings, and all that good stuff. Cosplay, however, helps me maintain all that. At least that's what I've found in recent years. So, we're all here talking about all that good stuff. So we'll get into it.
Hello everyone, hope you're having a good day. My name is Nathan Gonzalez. I'm cosplaying Jotaro from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I have a blood mutation in my body right now, and it's called polycythemia vera, which also falls under a category of disability. I can apply for it if I want to. So it's something that I have to live with and to fight and really work on and adjust to it, because it's something new that happened recently. So yeah, and every one of you guys are beautiful, you guys are awesome, and thank you for coming out today.
And I am Harajuku Sheik. I do have an invisible disability. I have depression. And today I'm cosplaying Toga Himiko from My Hero Academia.
Thank you so much, guys, for sharing that with us. And if you didn't get to mention it, who are you cosplaying? Because not everybody got to mention it. And can you please give an image description of it?
My cosplay is pretty much a bunch of leatherish trench coat with pants, cool-looking colored belts with a nice chain. See that? And this cool hat with cool stuff on it. And I'm Jotaro from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. My favorite JoJo.
Does anybody know who I am? At least you've heard of me. Thank you. Yes, Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean. That's just so.
So hi, I'm cosplaying Cammy from Street Fighter, one of my favorite games since I was a kid. I made this whole cosplay by myself, the leotard, the hat, these gauntlets. And yeah, she's my favorite, one of my favorites.
So once again, I'm cosplaying anxiety from Lock and Key. An image description of it would be I'm wearing a black bodysuit. Normally I have long, creepy fingers, and I'm wearing newspaper, and it says "Rampage" across it. And normally I'm wearing a mask that has a creepy tongue and red glowing eyes. But for the purpose of the panel, I took that off. Then yeah.
Thank you. I'm cosplaying Soldier 76 Summer Skin. It's one of my favorite characters, so I'm raising the stakes. I've got you all in my sights, just for the record. A little tropical shirt, beige pants, long socks, and even wearing the slippers. You can't see because of this, but yeah, I went full comfortable for this panel.
All right. So everybody knows the new favorite Yandere girlfriend, right? And I stole Debu's suit because I couldn't have him.
And I'm wearing like a black robe with the hood, makeup that has silver like tears running down, black lipstick, gothic roses, and like a propeller faucet in the back of my on my back. It's a little floppy now, but what it is my character cries, so like it's kind of like represents like the water running down my tears, or like that's my character. And
what about your hands?
Oh yeah, well I'm not wearing my hands, but they're like pipe hands, and they're very long and creepy. So like they represent steel pipes all around. Thank you, Justin. And okay, so the third question is
The waterworks.
The waterworks. So what do you think, guys, if comic conventions, pop culture media, cosplay, and their search for popularity can alter and their own perspectives and on disabilities and accessible culture? How do you think the comic book conventions and can alter people?
So you're asking how does that alter people? That's what you're asking, right? I feel like it helps you to step out of your shell to really show your interest, because sometimes there are people who don't have the courage to like come up to other people and say, hey, I'm into this stuff too, I'm into that anime or that manga or that comic book or that video game. But as soon as you dress up into the character and you know somebody's wearing the same thing, it's like, oh, look at that, we're best friends now. But I think it really helps out for the social boundaries that we have nowadays in this community. And cosplay is just really helpful. I think my friend Joseph can shed a little bit more light on that.
So I battled depression. One thing that I've noticed with comic book conventions is when I make a costume, it takes me away from that depression and it makes me feel empowered. But then when I go to the comic book conventions, the real empowerment is being around people and them understanding and that feeling of knowing that you're not alone, and it's so important. And driving that message across. And one way that we can use the Comic-Cons to alter people's perceptions is like how I'm doing anxiety, Nancy's doing depression. We applied for a panel where informing the public on topics. We can use activism and artivism to change the way that we think about things. Sometimes it can be as simple as changing the wording on the language that we use. I have to say this is the third year that we're doing this panel at New York Comic Con. I think it's really awesome. One of the things, the feedback we got last year was it would be really cool if in the quiet rooms people put grounding techniques and calming techniques information on it. So this year New York Comic Con reached out about the elevator signs to make sure that it was accessible, as well as they put out flyers for that information and in the quiet rooms, and that's super cool and amazing because it means the people at the conventions are listening. They want to make a difference, and our voices are being heard, and that's really important.
Thank you. That was really great, Joseph.
What's the question?
What?
The question.
Oh, the question? Do you want me to repeat it?
Yes,
Oh,
please.
sorry. How do you think comic conventions, pop culture media, cosplay, and their search for popularity can alter people and their own perspectives on disabilities?
Okay, so I'm so sorry. My mind is like scrambled.
It's okay.
Maybe. Well, how would it alter?
It's okay, Megumi. Okay, so I can go.
I think that the conventions like these really bring people together, bring them out of their shell. As a awkward child growing up, I was always, alienated and picked on, and so on and so forth. It wasn't the normal, in the normal crowd. I was always in the special education classes. So when I found cosplay, it really helped me break out of my shell. And I think that doing these kind of things, raising awareness for this kind of community, really helps more and more people come out of their shell and not be afraid to be who they want to be. Especially people that have need assistance, moving around and stuff. So they can still build cosplays around those things, and we've seen multiple groups doing that, and that's really amazing to me. And it takes not just the people within those circles, but everybody contributing to make them feel just as normal as everyone else. And so that's what I feel that these things are doing.
Everybody here back there? Is everything good? Okay, thank you.
I feel like Comic-Con brings everybody together, like my panelists were saying, and when you come to Comic-Con, everybody is on equal grounds, and everybody can just accept one another for the cosplay, or just you can go to a panel and just make a friend no matter who they are, disability or not, it doesn't matter. You can make good friends, and I've met so many people through Comic-Con, and it's just amazing. So many great people come out, and it feels good to not be judged on what I'm wearing, because it's what I like, and then when people ask me about it and I tell them and then they tell me about theirs, it feels good. So everybody's on equal grounds, and that's why I enjoy coming to Comic-Con and trying to raise awareness for disabilities and everything else.
Thank you, Nathan. Okay, next question I have for you guys. Can you tell a quick story of a time comic conventions and cosplay helped you or someone go through it, someone you know through a struggle?
Hi guys, so I have a very good story. It was actually not too long ago. This was at, everyone's familiar with BlurCon? I just want to know. Everyone? Okay. So, beginning of the year I had a really tough beginning.